Hello my little butterflies. In this video is going to be my October book haul. For my book haul, I was supposed to do way better on buying books this month and I did way worse. I actually purchased 11 books this month and I didn't even notice it until after I was getting my books out to do my book haul. That's one more book more that I purchased from last month, but you know, after I buy 2 more books to finish off this series I'm trying to buy, I'm going to go on a book buying ban until January. So there's going to be no more book buying for Kayla until January. I need the last 2 books in the Lunar Chronicles and I'm going to order those today. And then there will be no more book buying for me whatsoever. So the first couple of books that I purchased this month, I purchased from Amazon, which is my go-to book ordering site just because I'm a Prime member and I get free shipping and stuff because I shop there so often. The first book that I bought was Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rush. And this is the first book in her series or trilogy. I don't know how many books they're going to have. It's supposed to be set 16 years in the past, and the Kingdom of Winter was conquered and all its people enslaved. And 8 survivors that escaped are going to try to, you know, fight back and get back the power, restore the power to the Kingdom of Winter. And it's pretty much like, it's supposed to be like winter versus like the little spring people, I'm guessing. But I've heard good things about these books, and I'm hoping to God that I love them just as much as I've heard, because I am having high hopes for this book because I feel like this is the book that I'm going to fall in love with. The next book that I bought this month, and I did kind of include it in my October TBR in my maybe pile, but because since I technically bought it this month, I'm going to add it to my October book haul, which is Life and Death by Stephanie Myers. And this book, she dropped it like a bomb. No one knew it was coming out. There was no pre-order date, anything. It just all of a sudden, boom. So it's supposed to be a retelling of Twilight, but it's a gender reversal book. So everybody who were men are now females, and everyone who were females are now males. You know, Edward is now Edith, and Bella is now Buford, which to me is some crazy names, but whatever floats her boat. And I have not read it. I didn't get to it, but I hope I am going to read it. Trust me, before the year is up. And I can't wait to read this book. Since I love Twilight, period, I can't wait to read it. I hope I love it. The next book that I have is The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. And I got this book because it's supposed to be part of our 2-month read for the Broken Book Club, which is a new group on Goodreads. It's created by the Broken Bookshelf here on YouTube. I'll link her YouTube page and her Goodreads page down below. This book is set in 1939 in Nazi Germany, and this girl sits beside her brother Graves, and she finds a book which is the Gravedigger's Handbook. And I don't know too much about this book, but I'm thinking that books are supposed to be like illegal. But she takes it and she reads it, and her father learns to read. And apparently she starts, you know, she cannot help herself. She's stealing books from everywhere. And it's a very dangerous time because they're hiding a Jewish man in their basement. And on top of that, she's stealing books. And that's pretty much what this book is supposed to be about. I hope it's pretty good. I've heard people talk about it a lot, and I just have never picked it up. Even though it might tickle my fancy, I'm kind of hoping it does, because it seems like a pretty good book, a pretty good plot going on. The next book that I got, and I'm so excited, I pre-ordered this book. I just got it this week, and I'm excited to read it. And it is Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Crystal. And this is the sexiest book that I own. And it's so sexy because I love this freaking dust jacket, this cover, period. Because then when you take it off, it's like, bam. Like, before this book even came out, I saw people with art copies like this that I think went to BA, and I'm just so happy to have this book. I'm falling in love with it just from the cover. And this is supposed to be a sci-fi YA novel, and it's supposed to be kind of like an alien invasion happen, but the whole book is told in like interviews and chat rooms, you know, stuff like that. It's not a direct people talking to you like in a normal book. It's told in like interviews and stuff. I guess kind of how The Martian is supposed to be told, and I've heard people say The Martian is told in like stuff like that. And it's gonna be my first book reading it like that in that kind of format. So I hope I really do love it, because I fell in love with the cover, you know. So I mean, I'm hoping I fall in love with the book itself. The next two books that I purchased are Cinder and Crest by Marissa Myers, and I'm planning on serious reading this book in December. This will probably be the only books that I read in December. I'm ordering the last two books today. Well, ordering the third book, pre-ordering the last book. And I love these covers. They are so beautiful. It feels so amazing. I don't know what it is, but just feeling these books are amazing. These are supposed to be retelling. Cinder is supposed to be a retelling of Cinderella, except she's like a robot. And Scarlet is supposed to be a retelling of Red Riding Hood. The next book is Crest, and it's a retelling of Rapunzel. And the last book is Winter, and it's a retelling of Snow White. And I love retellings of fairy tales. I don't know why, but I just do. I have no idea why, but I love them. So I cannot wait to get into these books. I have heard nothing but great things about the Lunar Chronicles. Like, I've heard nothing but great things. I've heard no one say they hated it. So hopefully this is going to change my life as December turns to January. I cannot wait to read this book. The next three books that I purchased off a book outlet, and this is my first time buying off a book outlet, and I'm kind of proud of myself because I got good price for 2 hardbacks and a paperback. I paid I think $9 before shipping and handling was added, but that's a good price. The first book that I bought was The Dolls. It's supposed to be about this girl Evie. She moved back to Louisiana from New York, and there's got this group of girls that walk around, and they're called the Dolls, but they're supposedly mean, but then they end up they want Evie to hang out with them, and then a whole bunch of stuff starts going down, like weird things, and Evie is in the middle of it all. It's all has to do with the dolls. I have no idea exactly what is going down, but it sounds like my cup of tea. One, because Louisiana is like the main setting, and two, because I love when spooky things happen in books. Spooky, mysterious things happen. I love that in a book. The next book that I purchased is Dreaming Little by Kirsten Gear, and I hope I said her name correctly. I don't think I did, and sorry if I did. But I'm not even gonna lie, I have no idea what this book is about. I mean, I did at the time that I bought it, but I have definitely forgot what it was about. The next book is The Rhythmist by Brandon Sanderson, and this is my first Brandon Sanderson book. I heard he's a really great author, you know, so hopefully he'll make it to my favorite author list, but I'm not sure yet. This is the first book I'm going to be reading by him, but the people that I have heard talk about this book say it's a pretty good book, so you know, I do want to read it, and hopefully I like it too. This book is about, you know, a whole bunch of stuff, pretty much magic, and you know, children go missing, they're kidnapped, there's these things called the Chalklings. It's mainly about this character Joel, and he wants to be a rhythmist so bad. He's always wanted to be a rhythmist his whole life, and that's pretty much how it starts off, with all this magic and stuff unfolding and children disappearing and all of that good stuff. That sounds really good to me in a book. I love things like that when people disappear and no one knows why. I love the magic in a book, and I can't wait to get to this book, which I'm probably going to get to in November. And the next two books that I bought, I actually bought from my job. So I pretty much bought 2 books from what I would have had to spend for the price of one. And I wasn't planning on getting them, but then someone just told me to pick them up. The first book is Kiss of Night by Debbie Vigue, and it's supposed to be about, you know, you can really tell by the cover, it's supposed to be like vampires. Apparently the guy was cursed, and he was cursed with having to walk around as a vampire, and he ended up telling this girl that somebody, her brother's in trouble, so then he ended up dragging her along and all of that. It was for only $4, so I mean, if I don't get to it, it's not too much of a bite to my wallet, but it does sound like something I will get to. The next book that I bought is Bleeding Heart Square by Andrew Taylor, and this does sound good. She's divorced, and she moves to Bleeding Heart Square, where they say mysterious things are happening, and you know, people are dying supposedly. And there's supposed to be this mysterious, sinister presence lurking in the shadows. But, you know, with that said, it made me want to read it. You know, she was an abused wife. That's why she's divorced. And she moves to this place where strange things are happening. It's a mysterious person. I guess all of my books had this mysterious factor this month. I don't know what got into me this month. But those are my books that I bought this month. I'm not going to do a stack up because I know I'm probably going to drop them. But thank you guys for watching my video. See you guys later. Bye.